Do you ever notice that people in this matrix, are addicted to emotional highs and lows, are addicted to strong emotions, addicted to like the ups and downs, the drama, right? Because it seems like with most people, right, as soon as the waters are still, they try to rock the boat, right? And you can see this with, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos about this with, like the workplace, with with the way that people try to create workplace drama, with the way that people try to, the way that people gossip about each other, and they try to talk about all this instead. Like, if you go to work, you do your work, you collect a paycheck, you go home, right? If you don't divulge everything about your personal life, it's like these people get mad at you, right? And and just in general, like the way people watch movies, the way people interact with other people. There is this addiction that people have to drama, to the emotional highs and lows of life. And I think this really has to do with like the loosh farm that we're living in right now, the energy farm, the loosh farm, right? And what made me think of this, right, was because one of the things that's interesting is that my sister is one of these people who likes like she'll recommend me like a movie, and it'll be something where it's like, oh my gosh, I cried so many times while watching this movie, and I'm like, what the fuck, like, why would I want to watch that? Like why the hell would I want to watch that? And yet again, it's an addiction to emotional highs and lows. And there's a certain, and that's like most people, they're addicted to emotional highs and lows. It's like they want to have all of the drama, they want to have all of the emotional highs and lows, and they're addicted to it. Yet again, as soon as the waters become still, as soon as people attain any actual peace in their life, it's like they want to rock the boat to create more noise for some reason. And this is what I feel like, this is why a lot of people who are like more aware of this matrix, who are more aware of this, soul trap, this loosh farm, this energy farm that we're living in, the people who are more aware of that, this is why we stay away from people. Because being near people, first of all, it's energy draining to be near people, to be near all of that drama and all that stuff. But secondly, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll bring in drama in your life. Yet again, it's like they're so used to the emotional highs and lows, right, and the ups and downs of the roller coaster that people are put in, right? People are so used to that they will essentially, yet again, just out of boredom, right? Like as soon as you attain any actual peace and quiet, right, any actual peace and quiet in your life, you're just like, ooh, okay, yeah, and now everything's going as it should, right? These people will bring in noise. These people will bring in, yet again, they'll try to rock the boat. If there's no ripples in the water, if there's no noise, right? If the waters are still, they try to create noise, right? And I think a part of this is maybe that these people are NPCs. They're just trying to create drama to get the loosh response, to get the negative energy that yet again, because emotions are like, it's like a voltage, right? Positive emotions are high voltage, negative emotions are low voltage, right? Or not low, no, positive emotions are positive voltage, and negative emotions are negative voltage, right? It's like a positive and negative charge, you could say. And if you have that inner peace, right, if you're calm, then you're at that middle ground, you're flatlining, you're not generating any of that loosh, right? And so I feel like a lot of it is NPCs that try to generate the loosh response by creating unnecessary drama, right? And think about all the stuff that's in the news, all the stuff that's in the movies, all the stuff that's people talk about. It's all bullshit. First of all, it's all stuff that doesn't matter. But secondly, it's all stuff that generates that emotional reaction. It's all stuff that generates, like the highs and lows, right? It generates like, it's like the anger, the fear, the happiness, right? Like all those, like that jiggling of the emotions. Like it's like an earthquake or something. Those, like those machines that read earthquakes, and like the needle moves like this, right? Like the objective of this energy farm is to get the emotional needle to move like this, right? Which is why, and I feel like, so a lot of it, I feel like, is NPCs just being addicted to drama and trying to push that onto the real people that exist here. But also, I feel like a lot of the real people who are asleep, who aren't completely unplugged, right? These people have lived their entire lives with the drama, have lived their entire lives with the noise. And yet again, as soon as they encounter zero noise, as soon as they encounter, inner peace, right? Yet again, they try to rock the boat because it's a program. They're so used to it, and a lot of this is the trauma response as well. A trauma response as well, right? Because it's like if you're so used to the other shoe, like waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? If you're used to trauma and abuse and people yelling at each other and throwing stuff at each other, it's like these people get uncomfortable when there's peace and quiet, right? And so because it's yet again, it's like they're so used to it that they'll create drama out of nowhere. They'll create drama for no reason, and so I do believe that it is a program that maybe trauma based, right? But I think a lot of it also is just people don't know what to do in the silence. They don't know how to like go inside it to contemplate and to meditate on stuff. Right. When I say meditate on stuff, I don't mean you're sitting down cross-legged. I mean like you're just sitting there letting stuff simmer in the mind. You're taking stuff slow. You're chilling out. Right. And that's a skill. Right. But in this matrix, what happens is that you're placed on a treadmill. You're placed on a treadmill where you're constantly worried about the future. You're constantly worried about doing things early, doing things in time, doing things in your 20s. You have to achieve your full potential, or else you're going to waste your potential, and then you're going to die with nothing. Right? It's like this need, this constant need to be on this sort of treadmill of I need to accomplish things. I need to do this. I need to do that, and it's like the Hollywood life. Like oh, I need to go through suffering in order to achieve things that are big. It's like all that bullshit of that promotes that yet again that emotional needle moving back and forth. And so I feel like first of all, a lot of it is NPCs just trying to push random bullshit onto you, right? A lot like the NPCs who listen to the news, and you also have like the false flag operations, like the airplane crash in Washington D.C. Right? So it's like stuff like that that generates the fear response, right? It's like that stuff. Where it's the emotional highs and lows. And a lot of this also is done with movies. I feel like movies are designed this way to generate the emotional highs and lows. And yet again, like this makes me think of like my sister. Like she'll recommend me movies, and she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I cried so many times." Like in the first 15 minutes, I cried so many times. She makes all these emotional expressions, and she does all these emotional things. And like all of that generates loosh. All of that generates the energy of this energy farm. And and me and my dad will just like sit there and just be like, "Why are you recommending still? Like, why would I want to watch something that would make me cry? Why would I want to? I want to watch something that's cool. I want to watch something that's really interesting. I don't want to watch stuff with like strong emotions, right? Because strong emotions are the energy generation mechanism of this matrix, right? And so I think there's a lot of people sort of like my sister out there who are addicted to the highs and lows, and because of that, they're the ones who are like the loosh generators. Any little speed bump in the road will make them generate this amount of energy, right? And I feel like this addiction that humanity in general has to emotional highs and lows, to the roller coaster of like the drama, is something that really needs to be studied. First of all, we need to unlearn that. We need to learn that okay, peace and quiet is okay, and in fact, that's like the natural state of things is the peace and quiet. First of all, but secondly, we need to learn how to find meaning and purpose in without the need for yet again, because this is the Hollywood lie. Yet again, this is how the movies are designed, right? This is how like the internet is designed. It's designed to get that emotional reaction. You get mad at someone halfway across the world, you for a comment that they made, or you watch the videos, and even like the memes and like the brain rot and stuff like that. It's there to generate an emotional reaction on a consistent basis, right? So we need to sort of learn how to find purpose without all the drama, without yet again the Hollywood lie, the movies being designed with the emotional highs. We have to learn how to have that purpose, that inner peace, without having to have the whole what is it? It's like a graph of like the exposition, and then it gets to the climax, and then it gets to the ending. Like we need to learn how to live life without the need for a climax, without the need for the we don't need that, right? We don't need that, and in fact, that is it's unnatural to live your entire life yet again with that needle moving back and forth. We don't need that, and that yet again it generates the energy that runs this energy farm. And so we need to unlearn that, and we need to, really stop that addiction to the emotional highs and lows, stop the addiction to, unnecessary drama, and just the less strong emotions we have. And I'm not saying that you're not allowed to feel things. I'm not saying that you need to dumb down your emotions, right? But I am saying that you don't need, the extremes, right? You don't need the, and it's a calm. It's not that you don't have, it's not that you're suppressing any emotions. It's that it's just a calm. It's an inner peace that you have, and you don't need, you don't need the emotional highs and lows. You don't need the extremes, right? It's like, oh, but like this gives us meaning that we're alive. No, it doesn't, right? Like, but oh, suffering gives us meaning for the good stuff. No, it doesn't. Like we can have the good stuff and we can just chill, just be at peace, and that's the way it is outside of this matrix. Okay, so the more of that we can bring here, the more of that we can say, we don't need the emotional highs and lows. I don't need the drama. I don't need, I don't need to have this in order to have meaning. Like the more of that you have, the more peaceful your life will be, and the more clearly you'll see this place for what it really is. The way that people are addicted to emotions is just absolutely insane. I've never understood it. I've never understood, why would you want to watch something that gives you, strong emotions, right? Yet again, strong emotions is, there's a potential difference, right? Strong emotions mean that there's energy leaking, right? All of that energy, yet it's like all of the energy that you produce, thinking like, oh my gosh, there's this big problem in my life, and I'm angry at the problem. Like, oh, if you dedicated that energy to actually solving the problem would go away, and the emotions would go away. You don't need, and it's like physical pain, right? It's like physical pain. Like when you're normal, when you're chilling and relaxing, you don't feel anything good or bad. You're just like, okay, I'm good. I'm in the middle, right? But it's like the same. I feel like it's the same psychology behind like people who cut their wrists, right? It's the same psychology behind that. It's like people are addicted to the emotion, addicted to emotions, addicted to drama just to feel something, and it's complete bullshit. And having those people you push stuff onto you is complete bullshit too. Like you need to get those people out of your life because you don't want people just creating drama just because they're bored. Those types of people are the worst. And yet again, it feeds into the loosh harvesting, the energy harvesting of this place, right? So I mean, yeah, yeah. It's just, I just think it's just absolutely insane how people are so heavily dependent on emotional extremes. People are so heavily dependent on, drama, on highs and lows, or like, and I just don't understand it. Like, why are people so addicted to this? And or people are addicted to the chaos, and it's like you don't need all that. You can just have the inner peace. Like on some Kung Fu Panda shit, like inner peace, right? It's okay to have that. You don't need all this bullshit in your life. You can allow the waters to be still. You don't need to rock the boat, okay? But yeah, I've never understood that. I mean, leave a comment because I don't understand why people are addicted to emotional highs and lows. I don't understand it. Maybe you can leave a comment just talking about your experience because I want to understand like why are people so addicted to the drama. It's absolutely insane. I've never understood it, but I know it's connected to the energy harvesting, and I know that you don't need emotional highs and lows. You don't need drama to have a purpose in life. You can have peace, and that peace is important, right? But yeah, that's the video.